You have entered the top secret area of the Badwolf. Welcome to my humble but noble and loyal, non-belligerent, non-combatant YouTube section. Some people have noticed that the background has changed. Yes, because I moved out of my tiny office slash whatever into this room, which is now dedicated to just being office materials and, well, doing some videos. So here's some of the stuff over here, all the books people always asking about. Bang, bang, bang. Okay. Jazzy. All right. So now this particular video is going to be about discharging debts. Okay. Things I've done, things that I have verified other people have done, and some others. Okay. So first of all, I want to thank everybody for checking in. I'm going to just go ahead and wait until you guys hit that bell, like, and subscribe. Go ahead. I've got all day. You're the ones here waiting for the video. Okay, awesome. All right, so let's talk about one or two things before we get started. One, I'm glad to see that the number of emails have gone down because you guys are obviously learning information and you're watching the videos versus just asking me willy-nilly questions that are already in my video. So if I'm short with you in an email and I say, hey, I already made a video on it, go watch the video. I'm not going to answer stuff that I've already done videos on. That's why the videos are there. And if you want me, do you want me? Tell me, do you need me? Personally, I mean, thank you, by the way. But to do a personal private consultation, something to ask, then that's going to be via the website, blacksite32.com. You can set that all up there. If it's one or two simple, quick questions, and I'm feeling free to do that, I will do that. Keep in mind, guys, I get upwards to 60 on a minimum to 150 emails a day that I answer all for free. I try to get to everybody, but I can't. It's just too much. And then people are asking me, why do you have the comments turned off? You know why I have them turned off? Because I can barely handle the emails, much less thousands of comments with PORN links and sites and trolls and stupid OnlyFans and all kind of crap. This is about knowledge. I'm not entertaining rude comments or this, that, and the other, okay? If you have a suggestion or if, this, that, or the other, send a quick but positive email, that's fine, all right? Otherwise, and it's really me answering them, so it's not like I don't have people, ain't nobody else here. I mean, sometimes I have a person or two, but in general, nobody likes to, do all the answering of emails and stuff. It's crazy. All right. So thank you for helping us get to 26,200 people. 30,000 is right around the corner. So once we hit each new milestone, 30 will be one. Every 5,000. I'll do either a live or we'll do something special or whatever else. All right. So anyway, you're right. Let's get back to the discharge. Okay. So thank you for being patient. Except for the one guy, you can leave. You're pretty rude there. I can hear you through your phone. All right. So discharging, what is that? Discharging is the fact that by law, we don't have money. Money implies that there's gold, silver, copper, jewels, something based or backed behind it to give it its value. Paper, especially Federal Reserve notes, are printed to be promises to pay in the future. So what is that? A promise to pay in the future is credit. They're saying this is good, even though it's a piece of paper. And at the bank or like the Knights Templar, you can take it to a castle or whatever else, which is where the first banking really came from, and that you can redeem it for lawful money. Lawful money is different than the legal tender that we are using, okay? All of it can really be considered currency. So one of the ways that people have, and we already talked about this video, I might put the educational information back up on my site because people have been asking me for my version of the promissory notes. Once again, I don't make any guarantees that it's going to work for you because some of the banks are shady. And depending on how you use them, the people that you're sending them to may not know how to process the information. So that is contained in the areas where we've been successful with them in that package. We've been selling it $50 privately. So that might be back on the website at some point in time. Otherwise, I did show you guys videos on how to find them and make your own. Now, with the promissory note, you have to understand that only the banks really know how to monetize or securitize those things. They already do it with your house note, okay, which is where the fraud comes in, because they didn't tell you that they were going to do that. And then all the other fraud that goes on along behind there. So look up, Regulation Z in the mortgage lending, okay? I also taught you guys how to look up your banks to see if all the other cases they've lost in federal or Supreme Court about the fraud that they've done. Consult me for a little more information on that. Otherwise, in general, yes, promissory notes typically will work for banks, loans, things of that nature. Other entities, it's harder to do with them because you'd have to make it payable to them and then give them the information that they need to then send it to their bank, but a higher up to then process it, and then it's still going to take 45 days for them to monetize it. I know this because Smells Wargo VP called me and said they were going to monetize mine. And then when the time came, they reneged on the offer. Fraud extended, kept the note. That is a violation of law, okay? And theft and deception and all that other good stuff, all right? But anyway, so have we been successful? Yes, 99% of all mine, especially from back in the day, have been done and have been successful, and a large number of them, I probably say 90 to 95% of people have used them and they've been successful, but only when dealing with direct bank-related things. Now, obviously, because we're sharing their dirty little secret, some have decided to not be honorable because they weren't honorable in the first place. But like I said, we've made videos on that. So that is still an option, but obviously we can't make any guarantees because each individual institution decides what they want to do and what not. Okay. So one of the next options you can use for discharging your debts would be the 1099-C. The C stands for cancellation. That means that I have provided you with credit, okay? 9 times out of 10, it was your signature and your social that provided them the credit for what they did. Banks are forbidden from loaning money and assets, okay? Especially lawful money. They're not going to give you anything that's actually worth gold. They're going to give you credit. Where did that credit come from? 9 times out of 10, it came from the promissory note that you signed. They used your social security number to access certain accounts, okay? Educational information only from your favorite non-belligerent, non-combatant treaties of the United States and private citizen. So in you providing them with credit, they then gave it back to you, and then now you're actually paying for the service that they provided. All right, so in sending whoever it is, your creditor, a 1099-C, the C stands for cancellation. So you're telling them, I've paid you, I want any recoupment that I am entitled to, and then I want to cancel the contract between us. Now, I personally have not done this. This will be a potential next step, and by that I mean for a house, because if you're still paying on a house and you send them a 1099-C, I've just personally never done that particular aspect of it. Other people I know have done it for other things with the 1099-C and were successful. I've personally never done it with my own house. Most of the reasons why is because I haven't found anybody who's done it also with their house, because if you're canceling the agreement, they're probably going to try to go after you, and even though they committed fraud and even though you are the provider of the credit, I just have never done that. I don't mind rocking the boat, but I don't like to rock the boat with where I live when that scenario. Now, of course, yes, we do have the ability to stand up in court, and actually it would kind of be a blessing in disguise, because then we could present the other information by forcing them to force us to go to court, because then we can use all of the information that's held in the higher courts. But they might try to take you to the lower courts where they're all buddy-buddy with the fake magistrate, or the real magistrates, fake judges, and whatever else. So we want them where court cases matter. So that would be in the federal district court. So that's where you'd want to take them, okay? Which, by the way, Smells, got a little something coming for you. But anyway, let's move on. So one of the next options people can do to discharge debts is an IRS offsets is what it's called. You can inform your creditor that you authorize them to do an offset through the IRS. Sometimes it's called a mutual offset. Now, when you offset through the IRS, keep in mind that they'll take that person's offset authorization to wipe that debt for you, but it doesn't just go away, because it's going to then appear on your taxes at the end of the year. Okay, so you discharge your house through an IRS offset, you discharge your dental bills or whatever else, which we made a video on that. It's going to just transfer on over. Now, if you do that, educational information only, you can set up a consultation with me and we can deal with how to handle the IRS issue at the end of the year, but only done in private and as educational information. Yes, it has been successful, but we like to not put on all the information out there. It's just how it is, okay? Or you can just deal with it yourself. There's other ways you can talk to your lawyer or your attorney, lawyer, tax guy, whoever else, and make things happen to offset, once again, some things. Just leave it at that. All right. So one of the last ones that's been used since time and time again, a lot of you guys didn't know this. I'm actually in the process of doing this right now with the abode, we shall say, domiciled in the private, is HJR 192 or Public Law 73-10. Now, depending on your level of reading and understanding this information, understand that this is, trying to give you the short version of it. It's your right to authorize the discharge of a debt through the Treasury. Because under HJR 192, Public Law 73-10, it states that all public U.S. obligations or debts are then obligations of the U.S. Treasury payable by the Secretary of Treasury. Okay, so there's a lot of words in there, there's a lot of information if you read the full article, but essentially, once we got off the gold standard, we were put into a position where they took our gold, and that gold is still accumulating interest. So that's sitting there, the determination in Congress and the House joint and all that was that all of our debts are supposed to be prepaid, okay? But all of our straw man, nom de guerre, war name in Latin, your legal name, that legal entity. So all of those debts by your name in all uppercase lettering, and to some degree, I guess you could kind of slosh in upper and lowercase, because those are all your public transmitting utilities. These are your name that was transmuted into their property, okay, as a federalized state employee. So by having that there, it's one of the reasons why I tell people not to necessarily renounce, or because you're throwing away some benefits and privileges that you might want to use. So, okay, so with that being said, those public entities, okay, the debts that you have acquired as an surety or an authorized agent who should assume no financial or physical liability for, when you purchase your stuff, you transmitted it into that trust, that business trust that they set up for you. Okay, now it is considered to be their debt. So yes, your house, your car, your phone, all that stuff that you bought with your name in all capitalized letters or a combination thereof, essentially moved into that business trust, so that it owns it. You don't own it. You don't own it until you transfer that stuff out into the private trust that you create without using your same exact name. Okay, give it a different name, otherwise you're transferring it out and then right back into the same business trust that you wanted to get away from in the first place. Excuse me, allergies. So when you look up that resolution, especially Public Law 73-10, and there's another one that goes by, I don't remember that one, you can authorize your creditors by sending them a letter stating that information that you're authorizing them to discharge it through that. Now, educational information only. You can send that directly to the company, but you want to make sure that it goes to the higher ups, okay? At least the CFO, anybody else is probably not going to understand that information. Or you can send it directly to the Treasury, attention to the Secretary of the Treasury, and from there it might take some time, but you should hear back from them. And by time, I do mean it will probably take you 9 months to a year, maybe even a year and a half. Okay, I'm still waiting to hear back on something that I'm discharging, and so it's going to take time. All right, so back in the day, a lot of people, older gurus, if you will, once again, I'm definitely not a guru, told me that when they did it, that it used to be quick and painless, and now it's a little bit more arduous, which is why a lot of people, including myself, kind of stopped doing those little processes and just, you know, either discharge it this way or just pay it, whatever. Your call, your choice, it's your information, all right? So that is pretty much it, guys. Those are all the top ways. I know some people had inquired about the BOE. So the BOE is just a bill of exchange. It's underneath the term negotiable instrument. I already made videos on this. But the BOEs are for purchasing, okay? I will tell you honestly, I have not used a BOE to actually purchase anything. Why? Because when I discharged all my other stuff, I was just happy. I was like, I'm good. It's legal. Nobody came bothering me. It was accepted. Hell, I even got a credit at one place. So I was like, I'm good. I'm done. That doesn't mean that you can't research it. It doesn't mean that I won't research it in the future. But, you know, do your due diligence. And as always, guys, before you do somebody's process, make sure that you at least contact these agencies to make sure that they understand what's going on, what you're doing. And don't get me wrong, I know what some of you guys are going to say, especially about the bonds. Remember, the low-level people who are going to be answering the phone don't know what's going on. So I tell people, don't even bother. Go and see what you have on the account and call it a day. Don't bother me with it, because I'm not going to give you any information. If you bother them with it, they're going to tell you, we don't know what you're talking about. It's all internet, you know, crap and whatever else. But yet the accounts pull up. So do you really think that they're going to tell you over the phone something that they consider to be private or trust or secret information? No. All right. So I gave you all the information you guys you need to check it out. Other than that, I wash my hands clean of it. As a matter of fact, keep this in mind. A lot of you guys aren't even in the right position, because you have to understand that you're going after the very straw man that you say you're not. You're going after the credit and stuff within that. And some of you guys haven't even taken control of your straw man. You haven't confirmed or acknowledged your age of majority. None of these things. I'm just going to say. So there are more steps to trying to do some of these things successfully. That's all I'm going to give and say. I don't recommend even going after them in the first place. Like I said, EDU only. That's it. So if somebody else knows of any other discharge methods out there that I did not mention that you have used and that are vetted, meaning you've done them, you know, you're more than welcome to show me, send me some proof, and we'll go from there. And then maybe I'll make a video on it, or, you know, I'll swap information with you in exchange for that confidential piece of beautifulness. So that's it, guys. I want to thank you for watching the Badwolf channel. All right, I got some more videos coming up. I got some lives coming up. Got some more files we're going to update Black Site 32 with. I'm going to make some files that need to be free, and we're going to charge for some new ones. That's how it works. So that's it. Don't forget to hit that bell, like, subscribe. I definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys. We're at, like I said, 26,200 or something like that, or 25,500, something like that. Like I said, the next goal is 30,000, and I'm just truly amazed and blessed by each and every one of you guys. If you guys see anybody using any of my information, likeness, symbols, logos, information in a negative way, report them with that button over there or down there for bullying, slander, harassment, defamation of character, and whatever else. Okay, so definitely appreciate you guys in advance, especially if they're using the S word. Okay, because once again, sovereign citizen is an oxymoron. You cannot be a king and a slave at the same time. It's one or the other. Where do your loyalties lie? Okay, if your slave master calls you, and then your queen calls you, or king, or whatever you're into, which one are you going to answer? can't be both. They both can't have possession over one object. All right. So that's it, guys. This is definitely one of my longer videos. We hit 20 minutes, but you guys want to learn about discharge. So hit that bell, like, subscribe. Don't forget to check out the information down below. And the sales have been a little slow on my merchandise. I don't think you guys asked for it, so check it out down below. Otherwise, if you can't go here, then go to Black Site 32, and I've got a link on there. You can check out all the discounts, offers, merchandise, new files, consultations, all that on blacksite32.com. Okay, that's 32.com. So that is it. Go enjoy the rest of your day, and as new things pop up, I will bring it your way. So that's it, guys. Take care. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your lives. Stay healthy. Stay away from negative people. If somebody's coming up to you and giving you negative information of whatever it is, just go like this, go like this. Time? Nope. Don't want to hear it. Thank you. No disrespect to you. Love you. But I don't want to hear it. Because if it's not serving you, then it's serving somebody else. Okay? So if it's not positive and promoting you, then be out. All right. Talk to you guys later. Thanks. Go get it. Go get them. Talk to you later.